All right, how to find your brand voice. I'm Levi Hunsaker, and we're going to jump into this on how do you find your brand voice. Now, one of the biggest things is that your brand is not what you think it is, but your brand is what your audience, what your customers, what your prospects, what they think your brand is. So, for example, I'm a car guy, right? So I love cars. I grew up. My dad had a 1970 Dodge Challenger muscle car. And those are some of my best memories, just riding in the car with my dad. And that's kind of instilled a love of cars for me. But as you get into that, you start to look at other brands. You've got a lot of your American car makers. They have, your economical cars. They've got your muscle cars. And then you get into your supercars, your performance cars. So, for example, let's take a Ford, just regular everyday car, right? Like a Ford Fusion, for example. And let's compare that with a Ferrari, right? What do you notice as you look at those two things? You're going to notice that Ford is, okay, everyday kind of a reliable car. It's going to get me from point A to point B. Not a lot of bells and whistles. Maybe it's a little bit electric. And then you hear Ferrari and you hear performance and luxury and expensive and all these things, right? So the brand that they have created, they created through being authentic to themselves. So as we get into this, we want to talk today about how do you make what you want your brand to be and what everybody else thinks your brand is to be the same thing. Well, the first thing is you have to be you. No apologies, no interruptions, no hesitations, just be you. When you can be the real you and let the real you shine through, then everything that you say and do is going to be consistent, and then you don't have inconsistencies. When you have inconsistencies, that's when somebody else is going to see your brand as something different than what you see it as, because what they are seeing and what you're saying might be two different things. So just make sure that you focus on being the real you. Just own it, whatever that is, and know what you want that messaging to be and be consistent. The second thing that you're going to do is figure out what are you the most passionate about. When you know what you are most passionate about, you're going to be able to take that content about your passion and feed and fuel your brand. It's the passion that fuels your brand. And when you have authenticity and passion, those two things combined is like putting your car on a supercharger, right? You're just adding more power, and it's a lot of fun. So the last thing that you're going to do is with those passions, you're going to bring insights from those passions as you create your story, your brand voice. You're going to be telling stories about your message, what you want to get across to your customers and your team members, your employees, that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that the stories that you're telling have passion and authenticity behind them. And when you can bring passion and authenticity to the stories, you can actually bring connection with people without being face to face. You can do that through live video like this. You can do that through your advertising. You can do that through just constantly organic growth on your social media pages as you work to grow your business. That consistency and that passion will create your brand voice, and it takes some time to find it. Let's not kid ourselves. So just remember 3 steps, right? The first one, be yourself, be authentic, bring your passion, and then tell stories about insights from your passion with an intent and purpose of what you intend for your audience to do. And when you can tie all that together, that's when you start creating a powerful brand voice. So if you got value out of today, put #value in the comments below. Would love to hear from you guys. We just We want to help you build your brand voice so that you can have the incredible business that you want to have. And yeah, feel free to send us a message and connect with us. We'd love to hear from you and have a conversation on how we can help you move forward, whether that's pointing you in the right direction, giving you some good resources, or working together. You know, we've got a lot of options available. So just shoot us a message and let us know what is your number one struggle right now. And we'd love to have a chat with you. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.